The Kalou by-elections is shaping up to be far more than a routine vote. The contest is now turning out to be a litmus test whether the united opposition can turn unity rhetoric into an effective strategy ahead of 2027. Now, what might typically be a straightforward replacement race is fast evolving into a high-stakes political contest pitting a seemingly fragmented opposition against an expected single candidate from the ruling UDA. Our reporter Grace Nganga has more.
The Kalou by-election is no longer just about replacing the late John Njuguna Kiaraho. It is the clearest sign test of whether the opposition can translate unity talk into actual electoral strategy ahead of 2027.
But we don't want to support a party or a candidate from a party that will not win this seat.
What will normally be a routine contest is now taking shape as a multi-candidate race on one side against a single Kenya Kwanza candidate expected to be unveiled by UDA. Multiple opposition-linked parties have already signaled interest in the seat, setting up a potentially divided field. At the same time, UDA is expected to front one candidate representing the Kenya Kwanza alliance, creating a contrasting structure of one side consolidation and the other fragmenting.
The opposition is united at the surface, just at the surface level, but beneath it, at the core, there is absolute disunity in the so-called united opposition. And by such fielding, the candidate for Kenya Kwanza will have a field day.
A recent by-election in Mbeere provides a relevant comparison. The seat felt vacant after Geoffrey Roko joined cabinet, having initially won under Justin Muturu's Democratic Party. At the time, opposition actors aligned around a zoning arrangement, allowing DP to field a single candidate based on prior control of the seat. Despite that arrangement, the seat was ultimately won by UDA's Wamuthende, underscoring the difficulty of converting political coordination into electoral success.
Government interference, plus, voter bribery and everything. I mean, now coupled with clanism is what cost us that seat.
We are wiser than that time.
If at all the by-elections in Mbeere and other parts, even ward level, are to go for purposes of our analysis and reflection, then towards 2027, we're going to have a neck-and-neck competition between President William Ruto and the coalition that he will lead and the candidates for the opposition.
In Kalou, a similar circulation is emerging. John Njuguna Kiaraho won the seat on a Jubilee Party ticket, which the party is seeking to retain.
As partners in the United Alternative government, we must remain faithful to this precedent, which we have continued to uphold in subsequent by-elections.
Must agree that Kalou is, it's a DCP zone.
It's not Jubilee that is fronting a candidate. It is one individual who plays a one-man show politics from that area.
Rigathi Gachagwa's DCP is also keen on presenting a candidate as well as Martha Karua's PLP. The dynamics introduces the risk of vote splitting within the opposition while potentially consolidating support on the ruling side.
In the likely event that a candidate associated with President William Ruto wins the Kalou seat, it would mean that Jubilee Party has weakened tremendously in Mount Kenya and in Kalou because the former deceased member of parliament belonged to Jubilee. It will also mean that Rigathi Gachagua is struggling to have a foothold in Mount Kenya.
The National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula declared the seat vacant, setting the ball rolling for IEBC to set a date for the by-election. Grace Nganga, KTN.
Of course, that story will also form basis of our conversation. These particular